Dr. Blied, and this is video 1 of 3 in my Autism Pro Tips series. So today I'll be sharing with you all some pro tips or professional skills and strategies for parents of autistic individuals. I have 5 different strategies for you, each with subpoints and examples. And if it seems like I am reading to you, it's because I am. Because as an AuDHD girly myself, if I do not have a script, then I will veer off the rails and share with you way more information than is appropriate for a social media clip. So, to keep it brief, but to keep it thorough, let's start with pro tip number 1. Create predictable structure. This can include using visual routines and first then boards, keeping transitions simple, using countdowns and timers, and also previewing changes ahead of time or front loading for your kids. Predictable routines can definitely help neurodivergent children feel grounded and feel supported. Visual schedules or those first then boards make expectations easier to understand. For example, first homework, then free play. For transitions, simple countdowns such as 5 more minutes of play, then bath time, or for my child, 5 more minutes that we're here, 10 more minutes that we're here, and then we're going to leave, then we're going to fill in the blank. This helps to give children and their nervous system time to shift. Previewing changes ahead of time, for example, tomorrow, we're going to leave a little bit earlier than usual. Tomorrow is picture day, so we'll need to wake up earlier than usual and start our day a little bit differently. Doing this helps to reduce stress and helps your child to prepare. Pro tip number 2, support sensory and emotional needs. This can include movement breaks before dysregulation begins, calm down tools. So that includes different fidgets, using headphones or ear loops, weighted items, weighted teddy bears, weighted blankets, and also some child-friendly breathing strategies. For example, rectangular breathing. Supporting sensory needs helps neurodivergent children stay regulated and also connected to themselves. You might offer a movement break before a challenging activity to help their body settle. So, hey, we're about to go and start homework if that's a dysregulating time. Let's get our wiggles out first and just try that. You know, your kid, try to do something that will really resonate with them, that will get them ready for that transition. When the environment itself can feel overwhelming, tools like noise canceling headphones or a weighted item can bring that comfort. And practicing something like rectangular breathing together can create a calming ritual that they can use anytime. So, what is that? So, you probably have heard of box breathing, which is you breathe in for a count of 4, hold for a count of 4, breathe out for a count of 4, hold for a count of 4. Or some people just do breathe in for 4, out for 4, in for 4, out for 4. You notice how I'm creating that box with my hand. Rectangular breathing really taps into the science of our nervous system by reminding us to do a longer exhale or a longer out breath, which is essential for really helping our nervous system to calm down or activating that parasympathetic nervous system, that rest and digest, feed and breathe nervous system. So what that looks like is breathe in for a count of 4, exhale for a count of 8, inhale for a count of 4, exhale for a count of 8. Try it with me. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Other kid Friendly breathing strategies include smelling the pizza, blowing out the birthday candle. So just practice that deep breathing. So, pizza smells so good. Hot, hot, hot. The pizza's hot, or maybe going back to blowing out that birthday candle. Long exhales. Number 3, make tasks accessible. That includes breaking down chores or homework into tinier steps, body doubling to support getting started, and task sandwiching. Yum, pairing difficult tasks with enjoyable ones. Chunking a task into smaller pieces helps to honor how neurodivergent brains process information. Instead of go clean your room, which I had to do with my daughter just last night that carried on until this morning, you might start with, hey, let's put the books on the shelves first. Let's put away all your stuffed animals into this one bin, and then incorporate some of their sensory seeking needs. So my child really enjoys music. So let's put on some music while you're doing this. That can be really helpful. Sitting nearby as a body double can also help them to get started. And pairing a harder task with the preferred activity. So first laundry, then outside time, and then another other piece of the sandwich, piece of bread, another unpreferred activity can just make the entire process a lot easier. Some people also consider this the PREMAC principle, so pairing a desired task with an undesired task and back and forth. And Pomodoro method is like having timers for each thing. And both of those strategies can just make those tasks a lot more doable and just release some chaos for everyone who is involved. Number 4, let's reduce daily friction. That can include having a launch pad or specific area for backpacks and essentials, having visual bins for toys and homework, and low demand time after school. Reducing unnecessary demands throughout the day helps protect a neurodivergent child's energy. A launch pad keeps essentials in one predictable place. So in our household, the dresser, the top of the dresser in my room is the place where we lay out clothes the night before. Now, this super pro tip is so essential because my child has a lot of sensory needs. And so if we're leaving it, picking out clothes to the morning time when she's, tired, and that causes frustration and even more sensory sensitivities, it's going to be going through 7, 8, 9 pairs of pants, then shorts, then this doesn't feel good, and so many other things. So we prevent that by having a couple options, still 2 options out the night before, okay? And then it's in one place. That's the launch pad. Visual bins make cleanup more intuitive and manageable. Also, providing low demand time after school, so quiet play, a snack, movement breaks again, it gives that child's nervous system space to decompress before new expectations begin. And think about us as adults, how we even need that time to decompress. For some people, they do it during their commute. For some, they kind of just scroll on social media. But if we as adults need that, just imagine how much more our children will need that, that support in that special time. Number 5, and finally, provide support for growing their confidence and also communication. That might look like praising their efforts and their problem solving, regardless of the outcome, and not perfection, and also encouraging that child to request the support that they need. Affirming their efforts and communication helps neurodivergent children to build self-trust. When a child says, I need help, you might respond with, Thank you for telling me what you need. That is wonderful self-awareness. I'm so glad that you're speaking up for yourself. Keep in mind, realistically, as parents and as human beings, it's much harder to respond that way with gentleness and that wise mind patience if we ourselves are hungry, angry, lonely, tired, bored. So taking care of our own needs can help us to better show up and really nurture and nourish our children and what they need. So these small reinforcements, those small moments, help to deliver our child's sense of growth and confidence, and also reminds them that asking for support is a strength and that their voice matters. Hope this was helpful. Check out video number 2 of the series, where I will provide strategies for educators of neurodivergent children. I'll see you in the next video.